Ever since Brollan made the switch back to a Swedish-speaking lineup, he has been looking fantastic. The young entry fragger has been heavily impactful on NIP's T side of Overpass. Heya I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at Brollan and how he defaults A on the T side of Overpass. So let's begin. Brollan's role is mainly to prevent the pushes into fountain/playground. Nip may send him A to create presence and mask where his team is so they can later go B. But if his team wants to take map control and react off it, or go A, he will go and gain map control for his team after waiting for a potential aggression. Now let me show you what Brollan does when he wants to get out of ramp. Commonly Brollan will throw a flashbang towards stairs to try and deny the CT's vision as he crosses. And this should prevent any AWPers or riflers being able to peek towards ramp. And once again we're going to see the exact same thing. Brollan's going to throw a flashbang and make his way towards playground. Whenever the CTs throw a Molotov towards ramp, it's more likely that Brollan will not put it out and a teammate in CTR will put it out for him. This will allow him to keep his smoke and allow him to throw his flashbang without being interrupted. But in this round he has to wait for the playground Molotov to go away. However, it is worth noting if he doesn't have anyone nearby to put out the Molotov for him, it's his responsibility to put it out if he wants to get out. Now just a quick note, when watching the entirety of Brollan's demos, I've noticed he uses Molotov once towards party, but it was pretty good, so I'll show you it. After he's done the flashbang, he'll get into this corner, aim towards this rock and jump throw. And this should get the AWPers out of position, but in this round it does miss. If you want to do the Molotov correctly, come to the same spot, aim towards the top right of this bright brick, and jump throw. Now it's worth noting there are some scenarios where Brollan will throw an early flashbang. And I'm not talking about the flashbang that goes towards party. Brollan will either throw an extra flashbang if he wants to create a presence towards an area, or he wants to get the players off the angle. And you can see there's going to be a molly outside playground. So just in case if any of the OG players manage to push in, he's going to do an early flashbang and swing out with it. And with this, he might be able to find a blind CT player. And even in round 9, we're going to see the exact same thing. There's a Molotov down, he's going to throw the exact same flashbang and push into playground. Now, as I alluded to before, Brollan will try to make presence around the map to make the CTs think that he's taken that area, but at times he might not even touch it. He might just throw the flashbang towards long and rotate towards B, or flash long and actually take it. So it can be hard for OG to read these flashbangs. Now, whenever Brollan gets out of ramp, it's really common for him to choose a position instead of playground and hold for any potential CT pushes. In this round, he's going to make his way out. He's going to wait for any potential HEs to come in towards playground. But once he doesn't get anything, he's going to proceed forward. And this is one of his favourite spots to play. From this position, he's not open towards long, meaning it's difficult for an AWPer to come in and try and get an early pick. Then as you can see in a second, he will occasionally go for these jump peeks. And with these jump peeks, it allows him to get the information to see if anyone's holding, or if he could just spot any CT players. And in this round we're going to see something similar. He's going to run towards playground, he's going to eat a fat HE on top of his head, and he's going to go towards the same position, hiding behind this piece of wood, waiting for a potential CT push. Now there's some scenarios where Brollan may go towards a slide at the start of the round, or after he's played towards wood. In this round we can see he's going to make his way through playground, clear it, and then jump on top of the slide. With this position right here, it could be really annoying for a CT, as they may not even think about pre-aiming this. But in a second, he's going to use this to try and gather information towards mid. He's going to make his way up through the slide, have a quick jump, and from here he can't spot a CT towards playground or around the mid area. And again, in this round Brollan's going to go towards the slide, he's playing towards wood, makes his way over, and when he goes for this jump peek, he almost spots Neofrag peeking out. However, Neofrag makes himself known, so Brollan's going to try mollying him out using this lineup. And we'll try and go for the peek. But unfortunately for him, Mantu's watching party and will prevent the trade. Now this is the last position I want to show you. If Brollan's wanting to go towards B later in the round, he may play something like this, where he generally plays around this little area. From here he's just trying to prevent the CTs from pushing, trying to gather some information and create some presence towards A. And you can see he's going to do this by throwing flashbangs and throwing a toilet smoke like this one. But once he's satisfied, he will rotate towards B and help with the execute. Once Brollan's satisfied that no one's going to push, he will later push out playground and clear his angles. So let's take a look at that. In this round, Brollan's going to make his way out. He's going to keep an eye on long, and when he's ready to push out, he will first clear party, clear his course left, clear another angle in party, and then later go towards toilets. It's worth noting Brollan will go and clear toilets like I'm about to show you now. If he does do this, he can go on to take mid control, or he could do these set of pre-aims and then go take long. He can switch it up a little bit, but mostly he will take mid. So in this round, we can see he's going to come over, clear the right side of toilets before clearing the left, then clearing all the way underneath party, just being really diligent with his pre-aims. And I'm going to show you how he takes mid later in the video. In round 2 against OG, Brollan's going to use the exact same pre-aims, and it's going to work out really well for him, as he's going to get a kill onto Fiku, who's playing the bit spot. And in round 12 against OG, this is what I meant about not always going towards toilets / mid. In this round, he's just going to run out, quickly clear his angles, and then go take long. Now in this round, he's going to be joined by his teammate ZTR. He's going to do an early flashbang to create a bit of presence, and ZTR is going to swing out first. He's going to be watching for any potential long pushes while ZTR clears it. If ZTR dies to someone who is in bit or party, it's super easy for Brollan to swing out, and with his skills, he's sure enough to get the trade. But maybe you want to get out with some utility and some teamwork. Well, S-Tag's got you covered. In this round, S-Tag's going to be towards ramp, and he's going to flash Brollan into party for him to peek it. And this is a flash I've seen FaZe do quite a bit on their overpass. And if you want to check out how a FaZe plays overpass, I recommend you to check out the video that I created where I broke down their T side. It'll be in the description. Maybe if you're by yourself and you still want to use a bit of utility, you could throw a Molotov towards party like this. Brollan's going to stand next to the wood, put his crosshair between the tree, and left click throw the molly. And this will be a nice Molotov to clear anyone out behind the tree at party. Now that we've seen Brollan be quite patient and hold towards these angles just in case the CTs were to push, the CTs may be expecting that now, so how about we change that pace up a little bit. And it's worth noting, Brollan may do something like this twice a game. In this round, Brollan's going to run out towards ramp, he's going to throw his standard flash, but instead of going towards playground, he's going to go towards fountain. From here, he's going to swing out and see if he can catch any potential CTs, perhaps not expecting some kind of push like this. Brollan's going to peek out towards the toilets, and unfortunately doesn't find any opening picks for his team. However, NASA are going to try and aggress towards long, S-Tag will get contact first, and when Brollan gets flashed off and runs to safety, NIP want to capitalize off this mistake from NASA, so S-Tag is going to flash Brollan in, and it's just going to be a really nice reaction play from NIP. Now if you want to aggress towards mid really quickly, you could do something like this. In this round, Brollan's going to run through playground, he's going to jump and right click for this flashbang, which is intended for any players towards party. From here, he's just going to continue pushing, go around S-Tag's Molotov, and then peek towards connector and toilets. And if you want to do the Molotov that S-Tag through, here you go. Now, maybe you want to do something quick towards long. Let's have a look at that. In this round, Brollan is going to be joined by ZTR, and they're going to make their way through playground. And they're not going to throw any utility whatsoever towards long. And this will result in Almeza being caught out, as he didn't expect NIP to be up so close. "78% of the time, Brollan will go out towards mid or long and try and take control of it. Let me first show you how he takes mid control. In this round, he's going to be covering his team, and then he's going to throw this smoke. And this is a really common smoke that he will throw. With this, he's going to jump spot for information, and he's going to try to Molotov connector. And especially if he has a teammate inside of connector, his teammate can sandwich the guy in connector and hopefully get the kill. But in this round, Brollan's going to wait right next to the smoke. In round 4 against OG, we're going to see the exact same thing. Brollan's going to peek out, throw the smoke, have a quick jump peek, and then molly connector. And it's really important to do this jump peek, as if you don't do it, you might be walking into an AWP while you're trying to Molotov connector. And it's worth noting with this smoke, if you have teammates and long, you can go through the toilet smoke and sandwich toilets together to make it really hard for OG to hold on to this map control. Well, in this round, Brollan only has a smoke, and he's going to be using the pre-aims that I showed earlier. Once he's satisfied, he'll smoke off toilets, clear his close left after doing the jump peek, and slowly come out the stairs. And in this round, he's going to be quite sneaky and creep his way up through divider and sit right here. From here, NIP could execute onto the B bomb site, and Brollan could catch a lurker, or if they wanted to go A, Brollan is quite close to it. Now in this round, Brollan doesn't have a Molotov, but he does have a flash. By the way, just ignore the UI in this round, it's a bit bugged, I don't know why. In this round, Brollan's going to smoke off toilets, have a quick peek, and then he's going to forward this flash towards divider. And this flash would blind anyone on the angle, and will blind anyone trying to abuse the smoke. But from here, Brollan is going to wait for the smoke to go, just in case it's a one-way, and once it's gone, he'll clear his angles and get close towards divider. Now lastly, if you really want to, you could just be super sneaky. In this round, Nip has created a lot of presence towards B, and Brollan's just going to creep his way around mid, check and connect with his teammates, seeing if they could sandwich anyone, and he's going to sneak towards A. And since Brollan's sneaking, NASA have no information on where NIP could be. And in round 11, Brollan's not going to use any utility again, however this time he's just going to sit in this one spot and see if a CT wants to peek their head into his crosshair. But unfortunately in this round, he doesn't get anything. On some occasions, Brollan will go towards long. First I'll break down what he does towards the deep side of long, then I'll have a look at the shallow end. When Brollan wants to go towards long, he may go over towards fountain first and do his little clears before peeking long. But in this round he's not going to use any utility, likely because they know they're on an eco and they can't afford an AWP. So Brollan's going to peek out, dry peek the angles, and try and go for the long range fights with his AK. From here he's going to crawl up all the way towards long and hide behind this rock, waiting for a potential CT push. In this round, Brollan's not going to use any utility again, however this time he's going to go towards the right side of the wall. This will make it harder for him to get spotted by any CTs peeking from toilets or behind that flower wall. Now of course, a lot of players may not want to swing out without any utility, so let's have a look at his flashbang in round 2. In round 2, he's going to peek over towards toilets and smoke it off. But from here, he wants to have a quick peek towards long, so he's going to throw this flashbang and peek with ZTR. And with this, they're able to clear long, and they've created presence towards mid and long, putting the fear into OG and forcing them to fall back towards the bomb site. And with all this presence created towards A, NIP are going to pack up their kit and move all the way towards B and let's execute. Now, let's have a look towards the shallow end of long, where it's more towards the bomb site. Whenever you're moving up towards long, it can be really important to clear toilets, as not clearing toilets could be a disaster for your team, and may lead to you getting shot in the back. So in this round we can see Brollan's going to creep his way up, keeping an eye on flowers, and then clearing towards toilets with some pre-aims. Once he's cleared his side of toilets, he's going to help NIP with the execute. In round 12 against OG, we're going to see something similar. Brollan's going to be creeping up towards long. He's going to get a flash from Esa tag to allow him to peek towards toilets safely. And if there was a CT holding, it's going to be a guaranteed kill for him, as there's no chance they'll be turning away from that. But in a second he's going to do a nice clear, which I really like. He's going to get on top of the flowers and check towards this corner. And if his CT was playing towards this general position, they definitely won't be expecting someone to be peeking from flowers, and might be a difficult adjustment for them to make. But he's not going to find anyone, and he's going to try and look for a kill. He's going to creep down towards long, and he will catch Mantu wanting to have a quick check towards long. And from here, NIP will rotate towards B. Maybe your KZ's not that great and you can't jump on top of flowers to clear the corner. How about you just get a teammate to flash yourself in? In this round, Brollan's going to make his way over with ZTR. Esa tag's going to flash him in, and this will assist in the trade. Now whenever an IP want to execute onto the B bomb site, Brollan will be in charge of trying to clear toilets. In round 7 against NASA, we can see he's going to come towards toilets, and we can see he's going to do these little pre-aims. And from here we can see he's going to make space for his team, push it in first, and once he clears toilets, NIP will execute onto the B bomb site. And in round 11 we're going to see something similar. Brollan's going to pre-aim to clear his angles, but he's going to throw this Molotov. This Molotov is pretty nice as it'll go pretty deep, preventing the CTs from swinging into toilets to try and catch Brollan by surprise. But while unfortunately for Brollan, Almeza caught an amazing timing onto him. And if you're clearing toilets from long, you can also do a similar Molotov. As we see here, Brollan's coming down, clears his divider to prevent him from getting ulted again, and he's going to use a similar lineup where he bounces the Molotov off the wall. After watching a couple of Brollan's demos, I've noticed he's quite patient. As I rambled a lot during this video, it's common for Brollan to pause once for a while to try and catch a push or a rotation. He's quite aggressive. As the A player and the entry of the team, it's his role to go out and gain map control for his team, and will do some sneaky aggression, like slowly pushing down long or going through a toilet smoke. And lastly, he's quite flexible. Brollan will play differently depending on what his team wants to do, i.e. if NIP want to exec B early, he will show some presence towards A and then join them later. If you have some ideas you want me to check out, feel free to put in the comments below and I'll have a look. Perhaps you want a really strong setup on your CT side of Dust 2. Well, I made a video about paying strong mid setup, which you can check out on my Twitter in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching, see you in a bit.